it's James again here from the 11 Plus Tutors. Today I'm going to talk about something that definitely comes up in the 11 Plus, which is negative numbers. These can come up in various types of questions. One area that I particularly noticed is where children are asked about number machines or function machines, where it could be a worded question or it could even look like this. For example, we had a question where we had 60 was inputted, add something times something is 35. Now, at first glance, the children would say, well, that's impossible. Okay, how could you have a number when you've added something times something and you end up with a smaller number at the end? Well, the answer is understanding negative numbers, because if we add minus 55, when you add a negative, you actually take away, you end up with 5, then you could times that by 7, you'd end up with 35. So it's clear with these types of questions, we can get these kind of stealth negative number issues coming up. What we say with add and subtract is, let's think about this vertical number line where you've got 0 in the centre, you go negative when you go further down, when you go in the upwards direction, you're going positive. Here's some examples. For number 1, we've got positive 1 minus 5. So we say to kids when we first start out, you know, you're positive 1, they can even draw on this, and then we count down 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. So we'd end up here. We'd end up at minus 4. Because it took us 1 to get down to 0, and then we used up the other 4, getting down to minus 4. Kids can understand this because this total downward journey was actually subtracting 5. They can understand that. Then we could end up with a question where we go in different directions. And the thing to do with these is do it one step at a time. So 1 minus 3, so 1 here, minus 1 here, sorry, positive 1, minus 3, we end up at minus 2. Then we add 2, 1, 2, we actually end up at 0. When we get a negative number, if we take another number off, we're still going down, we're going further down. So minus 1 is minus 2. But what's interesting is when we get to things like this, these are called directed numbers. When you add a negative, you take away. When you have two signs the same, you're adding. So this is negative 1. When you've got a double negative equals a positive. You may have heard that before. 2 negatives means add. The answer is actually 0 because you're going back up by 1. If this was minus 1, add minus 1, it would actually be minus 2, the answer, because the signs are different. But because the signs are the same here, we're adding. So it's just a few simple rules, and the kids can nail this stuff, it's easy. Multiply and divide are actually even easier, I think, because what you do is you ignore all of this stuff. Say you've got minus 1 times minus 1, you ignore it. You ignore the signs, you just do 1 times 1. Then afterwards you apply the rule. If the signs are the same, the answer is always a positive. If the signs are different, the answer is always negative. So this is the example I always give kids. Minus 1 times minus 1. So ignore the signs, 1 times 1 is 1. The signs are the same. The answer is actually positive 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 is 1. If it was 1 times minus 1, the signs are different, the answer will be minus 1. Double negative equals a positive, 2 signs the same equals positive, different signs are a negative. And the same really goes here. You know, we saw that here. 2 signs the same is adding, 2 signs different is taking away. That's all kids need to remember with this. And you know, within one lesson we can get kids mastering this stuff. I hope you've enjoyed this simple video, and I hope it clarifies a few things. This is definitely something I see in the 11 plus. It sneaks in. and they're expecting kids sometimes to understand things like this. I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.